Welcome back to Sarah Lynn Makeup. If you are already my subscriber, if you are new here, welcome. Today we are doing day 5 of my makeup challenge, which is recreating this look right here. This was one of my favorite looks throughout the entire challenge so far. We'll see if that stays in place. I just loved this look, and I'm not usually a pinks fan for eyeshadow. Today's look is using the Juvia's Placed the Blushed Rose palette, which I will show you later what the inside of the palette looks like, of course. And without further ado, let's recreate this look. We are halfway there, at least for the catch-up portion of doing this, and then we'll continue on with the regular makeup challenge after. But we are on day 5 today, as I said before. So before I do anything, let me show you the look that we are recreating. I loved this look. I am not usually a big pink eyeshadow fan, but this look turned out beautifully. It was not actually the look that I had in mind when I first started creating it. I changed it during the video, as you've seen if you've seen the original video, and I prefer how it turned out than what my look was in my mind. I love the little pop of gold that I'd used in the inner corner. I just really liked this look. So as I had said earlier, the palette that we are using today is the Juvia's Place the Blushed Rose palette. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So let's get into it. Milani eyeshadow primer. I like to do this before I do any of my face makeup, like while I'm still doing my eyeshadows, but I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Booster Drops to just give my face a little bit of extra moisture. So I'm going to start by picking up this shade right here. They don't have shade names, but I'm going to be using a Morphe E18 brush, and I'm going to start dusting that into my crease. I'm using a pretty dense brush because I want there to be a pretty good dense color, because I'm going to blend this color out with another shade. Now on a nice fluffy blending brush, this one is a Morphe brush, but it doesn't have a number. I'm going to pick up this pink shade right here, and I'm going to blend out that first shade with it. Now with a clean brush, I just want to go over that again and try and just diffuse it a little bit more. I'm going to be picking up this shimmer shade right here, just using my finger, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. So now that I've laid kind of the base of that shade down, I want to take this brush right here. It's a two-sided brush from Pure Cosmetics, but I want this flat definer brush. And I want to pick up that shimmer shade, get a good amount on the brush, and now take some setting spray, or I like to also use the MAC Fix Plus, and just spray your brush. And then now pack that color on just a little bit more. It brings out that shine of it. Now I want to take just that clean fluffy brush again and just kind of go over the crease to take away some of that shimmer that got into the crease area. Now with a very small, dense brush, this is the ColourPop E28. I'm going to pick up this darkest shade in the palette and just put a little bit of it on my outer corner just to deepen up that area, make it a little bit more of smoky effect. So for now, I am all done with my eyes. I'm going to move on to my face, which this time I will actually film for you because I have changed it up just a little bit. My primers really haven't changed. Some days I'll just use one or the other. Other days I'll use both. Today I am only going to use one. I'm going to use the Milani Chill Out Soothing Primer. So my primer has set, and for foundation today, it's actually a new one. I've used it a couple times and so far I love it. So I am going to be using the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation, which is a medium to full coverage foundation, and I have the shade Filter Light 3. It's still a little too dark for me, so I do go in with this LA Girl Pro Color mixing pigment, just in the shade white to lighten it up a little bit because I'm like a ghost. I'm going to put that on with a Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. Once I've built up the coverage that I'm looking for, I do leave my under eye alone because I do put concealer there and it's just too much to put too much product under. So I'm going to take a beauty blender. This is a Real Techniques beauty blender, and then my Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm going to spray the flat part of my beauty blender and start to blend that foundation out. For contour, I'm going to be using this LA Girl Pro Conceal dark concealer. This one is in the shade Toast. Blend it out again with a beauty blender and some setting spray. Now for concealer, also using the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. This is in the shade Fairest. Now using the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush. This one is in the shade 120 Pink Flirt. Just gonna put a little dot right here and a little dot right. I'm gonna blend that out using the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. For bronzer, I'm using the L'Oreal Paris True Match Lumi Bronze It. This is in the shade 01 Light. And I'm using a ColourPop F28 brush. Now taking the Wet n Wild Photofinish Translucent Powder, I'm going to first take my beauty blender and tap out under my eye. And then take this Morphe E8 brush and set my under eye with it. And then taking this Amazon Powder Puff, I'm gonna just set the rest of my face. For blush, I'm going to use this Milani Rose Powder Blush in the shade Tea Rose. And I'm taking that on a Sigma F10 brush. Going back to the eyes, I'm going to pick up this dark shade right here, and I'm using a Sigma E15 brush, and I'm going to just stamp this on my under eye. Now using a ColourPop E9, I'm going to dip into that first shade that we used, and I'm going to blend out that bottom lash line with it. Lastly, using a ColourPop E28, I'm going to dip into that beautiful gold shade and use that as my inner corner highlight. For liner, I'm using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Honeydew. Mascara, I am using the Covergirl Lash Blast Volume. For lips, I'm going to use the OFRA lip liner in the shade Silk. On top of that, I'm going in with the ColourPop Hello Kitty Ultra Matte Lip. This is in the shade Milk Bottle. I'm going to go over that with just a little bit of gloss. This is the Ulta Beauty Jelly Gloss. Lastly is this Juvia's Place highlighter, and I'm using that on a ColourPop F33. I just take what's in the cap, and that's all that I use. And here is the final look. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Every product that I used today, as always, is linked down below in the description. If you're ever wondering, or if you can't remember what I use, that is the best place to look. It's there for every video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that to show your support. As always, you know I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to do day 6 with you.